Hi, Max Brantley with the Arkansas Times on Friday, September 2nd. It's a good one, isn't it? Labor Day weekend. The temperature was in the 60s this morning, and football season starts tomorrow. The Razorbacks take on the Bulldogs of Louisiana Tech. I admit I'm a little torn. My uncle played for the Bulldogs as a 130-pound guard in about 1916, but I think I'll be saying Woo Pig tomorrow. Speaking of Woo Pig, the University of Arkansas Board of Trustees meets next week. I'm talking football because on the board's agenda is approval of a $120 million bond issue to pay for a major expansion of Razorback Stadium. This is the one that David Pryor objected to, but the board approved 8-2. They're going to have to approve the bonds. They'll also approve a bond counsel and underwriters for the issue. The bond resolution says that athletic gate receipts will be pledged to pay off the bonds. There is also a mention that student fees could be used if they were ever assessed. They never have been at Arkansas. They're not expected to be for this one, but the language is in there just to take note of that. I'm not too concerned. Officials tell me that they won't be asking any money for students for this. Elsewhere in Arkansas today, they announced at DHS today that Human Services will add Dennis Smith as a top hand for the Medicaid program oversight in Arkansas. He was Medicaid director under George W. Bush. His experience includes working for Republican governors in other states, significantly Wisconsin, where he got harshly criticized by Democrats as a Tea Party style Republican, unfriendly to what they viewed was the best way of serving poor people in Wisconsin. He also got involved in something of a scandal with an aide there, but he denied that and said that wasn't the reason why he left Wisconsin. He's been a Washington lawyer since. The state money report came out today. This is the state's tax take for the month of August, down from last year, and for the first 2 months of this year, the money has not come in as fast as the state wished. Not a good start for legislators who are hoping to cut taxes in January. Other news today includes an interesting report in the New York Times about how, despite a move nationwide to reduce prison populations, that prison commitments have risen in a lot of rural counties, sometimes due to prosecution of drug offenders. There's a cluster of these types of counties in the middle section of the country, the Arklatex, you might say, and including Oklahoma. A lot of small counties in Arkansas send disproportionate number of people to prison. Little River County in Arkansas sends 80 people to prison every year for each 10,000 population, a huge rate, many times a multiple that you find in Pulaski County, Arkansas. A relevant study for this year's ballot, in which we may see 2 medical marijuana proposals on the ballot. The Centers for Disease Control has completed a study that says while marijuana use is increasing in the United States, thanks to its growing legalization, marijuana abuse is decreasing. So perhaps legalization leads to less abuse of the drug, not more. Opponents of medical marijuana say that one of the problems is that marijuana is a so-called gateway drug. Good news, the EPA has finished its Haze Control plan for Arkansas. It sets new limits on pollution emissions from big coal-burning power plants. This will make the air clear in our beautiful wilderness areas like the Buffalo River. At least it will, unless Leslie Rutledge has her way. The Attorney General doesn't like the EPA's rules. She favors industry's view that burning more coal is cheaper and better for them to do and more profitable. She's talking about filing a lawsuit to stop these rules from taking effect. And our so-called Department of Environmental Quality also has unkind things to say about the EPA's efforts to have cleaner air in Arkansas. And finally, hot rumor that they were going to shut down the county gardening plots out at Two Rivers Park, a several decades old tradition in Arkansas of letting people rent small plots to have their gardens. Not true, County Judge Barry Hyde says, but all the gardeners, and there are like 482 plots out there, are going to have to get their sheds and fences off by December the 31st because they're going to do some maintenance out there. But the gardens will be back next year, fear not. Have a good Labor Day weekend. I'm Max Brantley. I'll be back Tuesday.